You're awake. Finally. I wasn't sure if you'd come to again. You were half dead when I found you. Your wounds are infected. You have a fever, still quite high, and you seemed delirious for a while. You don't remember, do you? I cleaned your wounds and spoon-fed you some watered-down wine to give you a bit of strength. And that's more kindness than I'm obliged to show you, human. You're not supposed to be here. What are you doing in Elven lands? Our borders are close to your kind, and has been for centuries. You humans are more trouble than you're worth. Most of you anyway. Did you know you'd crossed the border? You did? So you did it on purpose, then? Why? These woods are rich in game. Are you here to poach? I've caught a few poachers in my day. I'm a ranger. I patrol the borders out of Anyethsari. Yes, that's the closest Elven town. The trees led me to you. You make them nervous. They don't like the axe you're carrying. Yes, I can see it's for fighting, not for wood chopping. But the trees, they don't like it. They talk through their roots, you know. They're interconnected. I can sense it. Touch the bark of a tree and dip into its consciousness. They don't think like us. Their minds are fleeting, like they're always half asleep. Never mind. I shouldn't be telling you this. Well, if you are a poacher, you're not a very successful one. You don't seem to have caught anything. And you carry no bow and no traps. Just the axe and a small knife. You must have entered the forest with more equipment than that. You didn't even have a blanket when I found you. Did you lose all your things somehow? What happened to you? No, don't try to get up. You still need plenty of rest. 'Tis safe and dry here. I built a shelter for the two of us. Just a small lean-to, but unless the weather gets really bad, it will do for the next few days. Look, I might not like you very much, but I won't let you die. I'll tend to your wounds until you are strong enough to travel. And then we'll see. If you at any point try to run from me, you'll get an arrow in your back. You can be sure of that. What's that? I might miss. I've been a ranger for longer than you've been alive, human. Well, I do suppose I miss sometimes, but I have plenty of arrows, and I only have to hit you once. Oh, I would. Don't you doubt for a second that I would let that arrow fly if you try to run. I have to bring you in. All trespassers have to be brought before the council. They'll decide what happens to you. I think the gash in your leg stopped bleeding, but that bandage probably needs to be changed again. Do you mind if I am? Okay. I'll be careful. This might sting a little. What's your name? I'm Nuviel. Nuviel Elenaril. I've lived in these woods most of my life, but I've also traveled a bit. Visited larger cities where different races live side by side. Strange, noisy places with too many people. But in a way I did like it. The shops, the museums, the restaurants, all the things you could do and see. I considered staying, but in the end, I returned to my childhood forest. This is the place that shaped me. So this is where I feel the most at home. The world outside seems distant here. The forest is a peaceful place, and elves are quiet creatures. There, that should do until tomorrow. You should try to eat something. Here, have some lembas bread. Just a few bites. It's very filling. You don't need much. It's a bread for travelers. Light and nutritious, and it keeps for a long time. It's not what we eat at home, no, but practical when you're traveling, hunting or patrolling, like me. It will make you feel better. When you're done eating, you should try to get some sleep. I understand your reluctance to confide in me right now. We can talk later. Whew. It's really starting to pour down out there. Sorry I was gone so long. Took me a while to catch anything. How are you feeling? No fever, and your wounds seem to be healing nicely with some of my poultices. No more signs of infection as far as I can tell. And the pain? Mostly gone. Good. A few more days, and you should be able to walk to Anyethsari with me. I managed to catch a few crows for our dinner tonight. Lembas is well and good, but you do tire of it after a while. Tonight we will dine well. If you want to help, you can get the fire going. It should be fine under the canopy. The rain won't reach it. Are you nervous about meeting the council? They'll judge you fairly, I promise. And you haven't damaged the forest. That counts for a lot. But as far as my people are concerned, you are an intruder. Yes, simply for being human. There's a lot of bad blood between your kind and mine. Too many wars. Too many casualties on both sides. But there are humans in these woods as well. Yes, living here as permanent residents. You look surprised. A few of your kind have wandered in here over the years and asked for asylum. You could go that route, or try to, if you want to stay here. And I think you do, don't you? Making a run for it is the last thing on your mind, so I had nothing to worry about. I've enjoyed your company. You're easy to talk to. I believe I could call you friend. I would like us to be friends. When you told me about your past and why you chose to come here, I felt for you. I understand why you wanted to get away from everything. Working so hard and feeling like it never got you anywhere. Endless, pointless work that anyone could do. Constantly feeling tired, and the years passing by. Your life slipping away from you. I don't know if you would qualify for asylum, though. You're not running from a war. No one is trying to hurt you. The lynx that attacked you right before I found you was bad luck. Came too close to her den, no doubt. I've seen how you've looked at the moths that swarm around our campfire at night, and dewdrops on the flower petals in the morning. How they glitter in the sun. And you listen to the birds and try to spot them. You notice the beauty of the forest. Most humans don't. Its value lies in itself, not just in its capacity to feed us and provide resources. And you see that. You feel it. I think you might have the soul of an elf. I will certainly speak up for you to the council. I hope they let you stay. But tonight, we will enjoy our dinner and get a good night's sleep and not worry about it. You need more rest, and we have a few days' walk ahead of us before we reach town anyway. Here, help me with the grouse. How are you holding up? You walked far today, further than yesterday. Are you sure it's not too much? You must let me know if your leg starts to ache again. Okay. If you can continue for a few more hours, we could reach Anyethsari before nightfall. Or we could set up camp now, get a good night's rest, and walk the last bit tomorrow. You want to go on? Yes, the idea of sleeping in a proper bed tonight is tempting. I want to reassure you that you are perfectly safe here. My people will welcome you and show you hospitality, even as a trespasser in our lands. And if they will not let you stay, you will simply be escorted to the border and left there with enough food and water to reach the closest human settlement. You will not be punished in any way, as long as you are not violent or aggressive. But from what I can tell, and we have spent the better part of 2 weeks together, you are mild-mannered and somewhat shy, I think. The kind of person who likes to observe from a distance before joining in. Thoughtful, careful, private. A lot of elves are like that too. Makes humans think that we are aloof or arrogant. That's not at all the case. But we pick our friends very carefully. The more I get to know you, the more I think that you do, in fact, have the soul of an elf. Can you hear that? It sounds like a flock of cranes passing above us. It must be a sign of good luck. Cranes are considered lucky. They're passing right above us. Cranes partner up for life and dance together. Did you know that? A good sign indeed. No, it's not superstition, I swear. There's something to it. I've seen it before many times. Ornithomancy, to take omens from the flight of birds, is an old, old art. I think humans do it too, or used to in the past. I talk to trees, but this surprises you? I didn't know I was traveling with such a skeptic. By the way, there's a festival coming up to celebrate midsummer. We call it the Dance of the Fireflies. It's in a week's time or a bit more. Maybe we could go together? If you're allowed to stay, I mean. It's a beautiful festival. Lasts all night. We fill the trees with lanterns, like fireflies. There are little golden lights everywhere, among the leaves, green and gold. We sing and dance. There's plenty of food and drink, and handicrafts and jewelry are sold at stalls. The dance of the fireflies celebrates the abundance of nature and everything the forest provides. It reminds us of our unity with nature and with each other. The sun is at its strongest and most powerful at midsummer, and we celebrate it with lights. I hope you get to experience it. Come on, why don't you walk in front and set the pace? The trail is easy enough to see from here. I'll just follow you, and we'll be there soon.